Imagine you need to convert a bunch of crystal reports from English to Portuguese. Both the main report as well as the sub-report should have all their text objects, both simple text objects as well as composite text objects like this one where we have static text and a reference to a database field, should be converted. Using the mass update functionality in Visual Cut, we can do so. I'll right-click and select the option to inspect and update selected reports within a folder. I'll select these 3 reports, and the report inspection will now take a few seconds to scan all the expressions and objects within those 3 reports. I'm going to filter it to object types of only text. That gives me a table that I can then export to Excel. I can then take all the text objects and copy them into Google Sheets. In Google Sheets, I copied all the text expressions into column A and used a free function, GoogleTranslate, to take whatever the content is in the A column and convert it from English to Portuguese. So library became biblioteca. In column C, I used an expression that identifies all the cases where the values in column A and B are different, and in those cases I concatenate the English plus this delimiter plus the Portuguese translation plus a repeat of that delimiter. So now I have a list of pairs of English to Portuguese translations. I copy that list, and back in the report inspector of Visual Cut, I have an option to update text and expressions. So if I select Find and Replace, I can paste the list of pairs and click Replace. I get a summary of all the replacements that occurred. For example, line, cable, busway, input data became this. And this particular text was found 1 time, while this particular case was found 3 times. At the end of this process, all the text expressions that are highlighted in blue here are the translations, and I can now proceed to the next step of actually creating copies of these 3 reports that incorporate all of those replacements. So that happens here. Update RPTs and save to a temp folder. And it tells me that 3 updated reports were saved to this temp folder. Do I want to open it? Sure. Here it is under the temp folder, updated RPTs, the date and the time that occurred. And if I go to the downloads folder, I can now open any of these reports. I'll open this guy. And as you can see, all the text objects in the main report got translated. And if I go to the sub-report, those text objects also got translated.